Morning, everybody. Wanted to give you a quick tour of the exterior of Kokanee Creek Lodge and the property around it. So let's take a little four-wheeler ride. As you're coming down Abbott Gulch Road, it's about 3/4 of a mile from Pine Creek Road, which is the paved portion. I come down until you get to Kokanee Lane right here. I'll turn left and start going down the road. Just so you know, the very first hole of the disc golf course, right there. And the basket's like through those trees, about 300 feet. So let's keep going down Kokanee Creek or Kokanee Lane. And just so you know, this is actually the property line. So everything on the right-hand side is part of the property of Kokanee Creek Lodge. On the left-hand side is our neighbor. So make sure that you're staying on the right-hand side here of the property. If you do have an event up here, like a wedding, I would encourage people to start parking up here. You can see they can pull off the road here. It's relatively flat, and they can do it without blocking the driveway. But we'd ask that you stay on or just off the road and not park in the sagebrush or any of this area. Start to see the hole right through there. And again, this side of the property is our neighbors, so we ask that you don't park over there. We do have a lot of parking right here. And then this section over here, anything that we're watering, if it's green like this, we'd ask that you not park on this area. So let's hop off the four-wheeler for a second. This is actually the back door from the master bedroom onto the patio that's off of the master. And it's got two walls of windows right here in the corner. And this is what it's looking at. And that's just a beautiful view. I love waking up in this bedroom. So this is the other wall of windows off of the master. And when you wake up, that's what you see in the morning. It's just awesome. So here's the backyard. We've got 3 of these 8-foot picnic tables here. Enough grass here that you can play spike ball, cornhole, volleyball. Probably not going to get a tag football game or anything like that in there. But we do have some games on site, cornhole, spike ball, stuff like that. Right around the corner over here is where we keep the barbecue grill. So it's our backyard. We love the wildflowers. We've had some guests paint some rocks, which is always fun. We encourage you to do that and leave a fun rock for us. These chairs are awesome. Sitting in one of those, reading a book with that in front of you is one of my favorite things to do. All right, let's keep going around. Got our fire pit right over there. With just some benches around it. The bridge. So you can see there's lots of places to park over here. You can park around this little circle on the outside edge. This is the boulders on the property line. So feel free to snuggle right up to those and park. And then right back in here, actually, you can put 4 or 5 cars just backed all the way up into that tree stump back there. This is where we park our boat or trailers and stuff like that. So let's keep going down. So if you just follow those boulders down the road, that's how you're going to get to the pond and the river. There's basket number 6. This is actually hole number 7 on the disc golf course. You throw it straight through this little window of trees. It's a fun hole. If you shoot a basket upon that mound, it's through there. That whole meadow in there is ours as well. So for additional parking, you're welcome to come down here, and it's pretty clear where people can park. Anywhere where there's just no vegetation at all. So right in here's back over there next to those boulders. There's some spaces over there. There's a lot of space right up in there. One of our favorite parts of the property here is our little pond. Got 3 kayaks, a canoe, and 2 stand-up paddle boards here. The fishing's okay in the pond. You just never know. It's whatever happens to be coming through the river at the time. Little beach area. It's a picnic table back there for parents who are watching their kids in the pond. But yeah, this is just a fun little area to play in. This is actually hole number 9, so it's the last basket of the course. Got a fun tire swing there. It's been there for a long time. Swing at your own risk. We've never had any problems. Kids like it. If you do have people who are planning on setting up a tent, my favorite campsite on the property is actually just right here. You can set your tent up in the shade. You've got the river right next to you. It's just a beautiful little campsite. Let's keep going. So to get to the river, you just come over here to the right-hand side of the pond. There's a little culvert here. Our creek runs under. Go up and over the culvert. This is one of my favorite spots, if not my favorite spot, at Kokanee Creek Lodge. Just a beautiful little opening clearing right here. Most of the weddings that we've had on the property take place right here. You can set up about 100 chairs actually, with a nice little aisle right down the middle. We've had people put some really cool arches at the end, just done some really neat things right here. And you can see the big mountains in the background. The camera doesn't really do it justice, but you got the river flowing down there. Just a really cool area. Our kids love to set up hammocks and they sleep down here by the river. Now through May, when the snow is melting, this is actually all underwater where I'm walking. By June, mid-June, the water level has gone down and is kind of like this. And from mid-June until it gets too cold to swim, this is where the water level's at. And you can see right there where it gets really dark green. That's about 10 feet deep right there. Just an awesome little fishing hole. No undercurrents. The current isn't going very fast at all. And then right past that hole, it gets about knee deep. So just an awesome place for kids to swim. And then look at that. There you go. I hope you enjoyed your tour of Kokanee Creek Lodge's property.